All right, race fans, welcome to TurnLeft TV. You ready for some high-speed action tonight? Step on the gas. All right, race fans, welcome to Lucas Oil Raceway. This is TurnLeft TV, and I'm your host, Heath Johnson. The High Octane Racing League Tough Truck Series hits Lucas Oil Raceway for a little short track action here on a Wednesday night. It's race number 6 of the season, and it's 140 laps. There's a tire rule here, and this track is really tough on tires. Who's got what it takes to bring home the victory here at Lucas Oil? Well, there's only one way to find out, and that's watching right here on TurnLeft TV. Well, a little tough trucks action here on a Wednesday night. It's 140 laps from a short track at Lucas Oil Raceway. Race number 6 of the season. Let's get this party started. All right, thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeft TV. Well, boy, we got a good one here for you. We got a good one. Lucas Oil Raceway. That's home, baby. Got a couple home tracks, but that's the short one. And the other one is Indy. We're at the short one today. I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeft TV, and this is Lucas Oil Raceway tonight, man. 140 lap race, race number 6, and this could be a big one because it's tough on tires, and this is a tire rule series. So right now in the practice session here at Lucas Oil Raceway. Take a look at the schedule, I think, in the Tough Truck Series. We'll see. Tough Truck Series schedule. Here we go. So Lucas Oil here tonight, the first race of the back half of that season. See, next week we're going to be at Daytona. Are you kidding me? Daytona in the Tough Trucks, baby. Texas following that on February the 26th. Starting up March off at Las Vegas Motor Speedway and then finishing out the season at Bristol. So a couple short tracks, a couple mile and a halves, and a super speedway mixing it up here in the back half of the season. Tonight's race is brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That's EliteHostingUSA.com. How about hosting your website or your online store? Maybe some VPS hosting or shared web hosting. All of those available through EliteHostingUSA.com. And that's who provides our site here, our website, highoctaneracing.net. Don't forget to join us over there. Got a quick link to our Discord server where we do most of our league business. Get updates and point standings, who's winning what. Quick link to TurnLeft TV and all that jazz there at highoctaneracingleague.net or HORL.net. No, highoctaneracing.net. There you go. Thank you so much for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Wow, 914 subscribers. I'm on my way to 1,000, baby. Woohoo! Thank you so much. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe if you haven't done so, and then smash that bell. You get updates when races are going live here at TurnLeft TV. And thank you for all those folks who come out and watch the races, whether it be live or on replay. All the folks that join in the chat session. I never thought in a million years, man, when I started this, that I have this many subscribers and people enjoying the races and so forth, man. It's really been a cool experience for me. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep it up, boys and girls. Right now, showing about 14 minutes left. We're going to let it run just a little bit over there. I think we're about 8 minutes before 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, but we'll let that go over just a little bit. Give these guys a chance to dial in these setups, these tires, driving line, what have you. That'll give us a chance to take a look at the track here tonight at Lucas Oil, located in Brownsburg, Indiana. That's a suburb of Indianapolis, just on the kind of the east, or excuse me, the west, northwest side of Indy. Just a little over 0.6 of a mile in length, 1.1 kilometers. Banking in the turns at 12 degrees. This thing's really tough on those right side tires here, so guys are going to have to be really careful here tonight at Lucas Oil. This is a fun track. Been here many times. Watch some ARCA races, watch some Busch Series races, watch some Truck Series races as well. And of course the drag strip there as well, man. Big, big drag race there at Lucas Oil. Very famous venue. Indy, the mega capital of racing. I'll give us a little bit of time also to check the point standings coming into tonight's race. 5 races in the books, and Jesus Iglesias has a 2-point lead over Ed Palumbo. Todd Robillard sits in 3rd, Sean Jacobs 4th. Gordon Carter is 5th in points. You see Givaldo Spindola is 6th. Chris Harvey 7th. Dana Grover 8th. Andrew Smith sits 9th. Claudio Bardelli Jr. is 10th coming into tonight's race. Take a look at P11 there. John Stanley with 119 points. Craig Gallagher is 12th. Tony Furtado sits in the 13th position. 14th is Ben R. Silva, sitting in 15th. Gelson Neto. I have had 2 races, I think, and then I decided I was going to start broadcasting the races, so I'm sitting 16th in points for now. Dennis Juderson is 17th. 18th, Greg Kirchbear. Britt Owen 19th. Preston Hassel is 20th. 21st there, Julio Galagari. Dan Richter 22nd, and Rory Cameron Martin is 23rd. So those are our points coming into tonight's race. Looks like we're about 11 minutes away from qualifications. Give you a chance to check the race keys here at Lucas Oil. Top of the list, tire management. This would be a top key regardless of whether we had a tire rule tonight or not. This is really tough on tires, man. So corner transition is also key too. It gets a little bit loose. It's tight going in and a little bit of loose off. You're going to have to feather the throttle here tonight as well. Throttle control, and you got to be patient, just like Givaldo was right there on that pass. And you got to get good pit stops. Pit road speed is a little slow here, about 37 miles per hour. Kind of a weird pit road speed, but nonetheless, slow pit road speed. You pit under green, man, you got to have a good pit stop. Those are my keys to the race here at Lucas Oil. More racing headed your way. this week. Daytona, we got the grid set. Vieira and Alvarez, the top two, the winners of the duels last week, and they will start on the front row at Daytona this Friday. It's race number 6 of the season, a 70-lapper, which will be live right here on TurnLeft TV. So the Bushwhackers Xfinity Series in action on February the 14th. Who's going to be the Valentine, huh? Look who's out here on the track. How about this? Some more high-octane royalty right here. Jack Furtado in the 7X tonight. Tony's brother. That's right, 2 Furtados out there on the track tonight. So the 7X, Jack Furtado coming out for his first race with us here at High Octane Racing League in I don't know how many years, but it's so good to see Jack Furtado out here on the track. And we all go way, way back, man. Again, one of those old guard HORL guys right there. And of course, brother Tony, right here in the 9. Another one of those old guard HORL guys. So Jack and Tony going to team up on the field here tonight. Top in practice session right now is Dana Grover. 22.816 is his best time, so he's the top of the grid. He had 89 Tracks VR sponsored Toyota. Besides talking about it, he's going to go into the pits. Take a look at this, is 68. Jamaldo Spindler coming out. Back out on track, making a pit stop. Look at Ed Palumbo, one of those old guard HORL drivers as well. 54 truck. We are about 7.5 minutes away from the qualifications. Thank you so much coming in here and watching the stream or the recording if it's on replay for you. Saturday Night Thunder will in action for their version of the Daytona Duels last week. And the top 2 qualifiers, the 07, that's me. I won race number 1 last week. Hey, yeah. Did everybody pull over? No, it wasn't that. 89, Dana Grover won race number 2. So we'll start on the front row for the Daytona race, a 70-lap race coming up this Saturday, February the 15th. Race number 6 of the season. It's the Cup Series. It's a fun one, man. I don't win often, but man, I got to rub it in when I do. Guys are getting some practice coming into the pits here, so a little bit of a different situation here tonight. It's 37 kilometers per hour tonight, or 37 miles per hour. I think that's like 50 kilometers per hour, if I'm not mistaken. About 5 minutes left here in the practice session. Take a look at Ben Silva in the 3. Some of his laps in. Could be one of those guys who choose to win this race. Right now, second in practice. Guy ripping way up toward the wall. That's the way you have to race this track, man. The another car joining us. We've got 15 drivers here tonight. That's the way you have to race this track, man. You got to be up there near the wall. You can run down low, but you're really going to have to push this car up into that outer lane. See him sort of diamonding that corner. Trying to figure out who I want to pick for this. Maybe I should wait till quals are over, huh? Get my pick in. Furtado up to P2 in the practice session. Take a look at our drivers out here right now. We are just about ready here. We got about 2.5 minutes left to go before we go to the qualification session. About a little under 2 minutes left to go. Lucas Oil is an interesting track too. Like I said, it's a pretty tough track on tires. And this is a tire rule series. So we have a rule here. You get 12 total tires. Any 2 tires you take over that 12 total will result in a 1 lap penalty. So we deducted a lap for every 2 tires. So this track's going to be tough. I tell you, it's going to be really tough on those right side tires. When these guys get under race conditions, it's going to be tough for them to deal with that, because you got to do that risk versus reward type of thing. Do you really want to go really hard here early in the run, or do you want to back off here and save your tires? Martinelli Jr. up there flirting with the wall. That's a danger zone. I mean, you got to be up there, but you got to be really careful not to carry too much speed into that corner and you get into the outside wall. It looks like the practice session is over, and we're getting ready to go to the qualification session. Qualifications headed your way. Lucas Oil tonight, in case you're just joining us, 140 lap race, and we are getting ready to go to the qualification session. Good to see Preston Hassel joining us in the chat. Givaldo joining us in the chat too. Givaldo a little late here in posting on our TurnLeftTV live stream. Right now waiting for a couple drivers here to rejoin. It's like 2 drivers. And now that you guys have rolled it back a little bit here to the practice session, give me a chance to check a few things here and take a look at the side-by-side, make sure that's working. Looks like it is. That's good news for us here on the broadcast. So Gunnar Silva gets a double duty here. So that side-by-side looks like it's working. But these guys are ready to rock here for quals. Keep our fingers crossed. All right, qualifications headed your way. We're going to have to see who's out there first. Michelle Bruno joining us in the chat session as well. Thank you, Givaldo, for wishing us a good broadcast. Good luck to you today on the track. Gordon Carter out, get his lap in. So Claudio Bardelli Jr. got to be a favorite, I think, to qualify up front. There's also Benard. Gordon Carter's racecraft here in the truck's been looking pretty solid in that Victoria's Secret Chevy. Run the heck of it here in the qualification session. Don't worry about those tires at this point. Gordon Carter in the 56 truck. Trying to set the pace here tonight. Silverado. 22.840 for Gordon Carter. Take a look at Giulio Caligari here in the 29 truck. 23.124 for Giulio. Up to P5. So a good run there for him. Sean Jacobs in his second lap there, 23.504 for Sean Jacobs, P7. Todd Robillard in the Craftsman number 90. Looks like he has gotten his lap in. He's 6th on the grid. These guys all get it in pretty fast here. Craig Gallagher in the Toyota in the 4X. .266 is the time he is shooting for there. So it looks like he's got that in the bag. 8th position for the Toyota. Dana Grover in the 89 Trax VR Toyota. Benner Silva to the top of the grid. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in second. Gordon Carter third. Furtado fourth. Neto rounding out the top 5. A little bit of work to do there, especially in sector number 2 for the 89 truck. 22.976, P6 for him. Let's see if he can't get lap number 2 in here a little bit faster. Oh, scraping that outside wall is the 89. This Twix sub-sponsor on that. And now in P6 with a 22.990. So finishing out that qualification effort in P6. The 22 finishing up his qualification effort, and he is in P10. Palumbo here coming out on the track. Looks like he's actually finished up his. He's P9 at 54. It looks like Benner Silva will be the top qualifier here, I believe. I'm not sure about John Stanley or Jack Furtado. They may be starting in the back here tonight, so it doesn't look like they have qualified. So again, thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on Turn Left TV. Appreciate everybody being here, as always. And let's get this party started.
TurnLeftTV. TurnLeftTV. TurnLeftTV.
Your butts, cause this is gonna be a great show. Heath Johnson saying all you need to know. We got fast cars racing, hopefully you're pacing. Are you ready for some high-speed action? Step on the gas. Alright. Race fans, my heavens. My heavens. Bushwhackers! Saturday night! Thunder! Tough trucks! NASCAR! IndyCar! GT3!
All right, thank you for coming in and all right, we are just about finished with the qualification session, so thank you again for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeft TV. And we will give you the qualification results as soon as we get them. Lucas Oil Raceway tonight, baby. 140 lap race in this great track. And qualification just about finished, and we'll be able to give you the results here very shortly. Well, I'm your host, Heath Johnson, broadcaster, commentator here at TurnLeft TV, owner of High Octane Racing League, and it's race number 6 of the season, and it's Lucas Oil. A little short track action for you tonight. Looks like these guys are now in the practice session. Let's take a look at the qualification results, shall we? Ben Silva in the 3 starts in P1. Claudio Bardelli Jr. in that Toyota starts in 2nd position. Gordon Carter starts in 3rd. In 4th will be Tony Furtado. Gelson Neto, the top Ford qualifier, starts in the 5th position. Starting in 6th is Dana Grover in the 89. Givaldo Spindola, another good qualification effort out of Givaldo, qualifies in P7. Todd Robillard will start in the 8th position. Ed Palumbo starts 9th, and Jesus Iglesias will start in the 10th position. Starting in 11th will be Julio Caligari. Starting in the 12th position is Greg Gallagher in the Toyota. Sean Jacobs in the 24 starts in 13th. John Stanley in the Ford decided not to qualify, so he'll start in 14. Jack Furtado in his first race out. Jack Furtado! How about that? Starts in the 15th position in the 7X truck. Jack is back, baby. It's been a long time, too. Wow. Okay, we'll take a look at the schedule here in the Tough Truck Series, because we're at Lucas Oil tonight to start the back half of the season. Next week, we'll be at Daytona for some super speedway action, followed by Texas on February the 26th, and another mile and a half there at Vegas on March the 5th. Are we really pushing our way through into March? My heavens, man. Bristol Motor Speedway 150-lap race there on March the 12th. Finish out the season. So an interesting season here in the Tough Trucks, especially on the back half. We got this short track, we got 2 mile and a halves, another short track at Bristol, and we got Daytona, of course. Not in that particular order. Furtado getting some practice coming down pit lane. Big challenge in pit lane here. The low speeds. Always good to practice that under race conditions. Take a look, Claudio Bardelli Jr. That gives us a chance to plug his YouTube channel. That's Sober Tom Podcast on YouTube. Please join Claudio Bardelli Jr. there. I think it's maybe, sure you can see some live stuff there, obviously, but a lot of recorded stuff as well. So please support his channel. That's Sober Tom Podcast on YouTube. Claudio Bardelli Jr. All things music. About 6 minutes left to go before we get the command to start the engines. Look at our chatters in here tonight. Preston Hassel, Givaldo setting us up right with the broadcast, and Michelle Bruno in here as well. About time for me to get my pick in, I think. This is going to be a tough one, man. We got a lot of tough trucks out there. No pun intended. Well, some say this pick, whenever I pick them to win the race, it's the kiss of death. So tonight, Sean Jacobs wins that one. Sean Jacobs is my pick to win this race tonight at Lucas Oil. If you'd like to support TurnLeft TV in the chat, there is a super chat button. You can want the dollar symbol. If you'd like to donate to TurnLeft TV, you can do that and do the super chat there on right in the chat session. We'll get Givaldo Spindler here to 68. Adoria Cesario. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. It'll be a bakery in his hometown. about 4 minutes left to go before we get the command to start the engine. A little over 2 minutes left to go. You guys are getting antsy. Me too. Well, time to get your picks in here. Now, I picked Sean Jacobs to win this race. Hey, thank you for the Fireball Flash. That's Dana Grover. Wishing us good luck here tonight, so good luck to him as well. Should be a fun race. Grover out here getting some laps in this 89 truck. These are Canadian drivers. Wow, man, these Canadians, they are really, they're pretty serious about some racing, man. They love it. Well, get ready, boys and girls. Time to tighten those belts a little bit. Sit up in that seat. Get the popcorn ready. The warm-up session is over, and you know what that means. We are ready to get the command to start the engines. All right, here we go, baby. Here we go. Again, 140 laps here tonight at Lucas Oil Raceway. Let's take a look at the starting order. Benor Silva in the 3, starts in P1. Claudio Bardelli Jr. outside row 1. Gordon Carter and Tony Furtado start in row number 2. Starting in row 3 will be Gelson Neto and Dana Grover. Givaldo Spindola and Todd Robillard start in row number 4. Row number 5 will be Ed Palumbo and Jesus Iglesias. Julio Caligari and Craig Gallagher, row number 6. Row number 7 will be Sean Jacobs and John Stanley. Row 8, Tony Furtado and Chris Harvey. So 140 laps here tonight. And the keys to the race here at Lucas Oil Raceway, tire management. I should have had that up there like 3 out of the 5. Corner transition, on and off through the corners, really important here at Lucas Oil, man. Throttle control, you're going to have to manage that throttle coming off and be patient and make good pit stops here tonight at Lucas Oil. And Benor Silva will lead the field to take the green flag here tonight at Lucas Oil Raceway. Bardelli Jr. going to start on the outside in the 19. Bommarito sponsored Chevy Silverado. Benor Silva will lead the field to take the green flag here.
Green flag, green flag.
Here we go. Green, green, green. Here at Lucas Oil. Bardelli Jr., I think, really in a good position here on the outside, man. It's so hard to pass on that inside, and Bardelli Jr. does get around. Bardelli Jr. to the race lead. That did not take long, man. That outside seems to be better. We're going to have to see that on restarts, too, if guys choose that outside line, if they're in the race lead. So Claudio Bardelli Jr. is the leader. Benor Silva is in second. Furtado is in the 3rd position. In 4th, it's Gordon Carter. Dana Grover in 5th. I love that camera behind the buses. Single file here, everybody behaving a little bit. Take a look at Tony Furtado here running in the 3rd position in the 9. Look at a yellow flag. So a yellow flag, looks like somebody's come around. And that might be Todd Robillard around in the 90. Caution flag here early on. Looks like Gelson Neto might have come around as well. Take a look here. Neto looks like he's got some. Looks like he came around as well. Not really seeing what happened there. Not sure what went on with Robillard getting caught back up, but not sure what happened. Bring up that caution flag. Take a look here. Robillard gets into the back of the 89. Neto trying to get through, and he's going to get tangled up in there. There we go. Looks like the 90 might have gotten into the back of the 89 truck. Gelson Neto up in the wall. Right here on board with Todd Robillard, and he is going to get into the back of this 89 truck, I believe. Coming into the corner. Right here. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. No, he holds it straight there. And still nothing there. The crash with truck number 90. Well, there was an incident there between he and the 89, so it'll be a little bit early. Right there, contact in the back end, and the 89 goes flying. Kind of sets him up straight there. The 90 helps him out, but Gelson Neto, the 90, straight into the wall. Wow. Gelson Neto had nowhere to go on that as well, so a tough break there for him. His spin, looking out of the front of his truck, and he had nowhere to go on this one. And then gets caught up. You see Robillard in that 90 gets into the wall. Oh, 68 also making contact. So yellow flag here at Lucas Oil early on. So Bargelli Jr., I think, will choose this outside line here on this restart. Todd Robillard going to serve a penalty there, and Gelson Neto on pit lane taking some service too. So Neto, pretty extended time on pit lane, coming back out. Robillard down serving his penalty. See the front end damage to that truck. A little damage there.
Green flag, green flag.
Here we go, back to green. This is quickly as we focused on the leaders. We're back to green. Got to be really careful with tire wear here too, man. Drive this truck too hard, and you're going to lose these tires. I mean, you're going to be down tires, believe me. 4 up at the wall. Wow, looks like Robillard had some more trouble there. He spun coming out of the pits and hits the wall. So the 90, oh man, comes up on the track after they went green and makes contact there. Oh my heaven, man. And makes contact there, so a single truck incident on that one. Another quickie caution flag. Don't forget the Bushwhacker Series will be back in action on Friday. Daytona International, 70-lap race number 6 of the season. Front row is set, and that's Arthur Fieta and Franco Alvarez, the top 2 qualifiers there. They won the Daytona Duels last week to set the front row. So this is going to be interesting. Two fast race car drivers starting side by side up front this Friday. It'll be live right here on TurnLeft TV, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't want to miss it. So the 19 has elected to take this outside line here on this restart that puts Benno Silva in the 3 on the inside line. Two quickie cautions. And 2-car incident, 3-car incident, and then a 3-truck incident, and then 1 self-spin coming off pit lane. Now the thing here is to be patient tonight with these tires. This track is tough. And you got to be really, really patient with the tires. Bardelli, our leader. He grabbed that race lead right at the drop of the green flag. He's thrown on the outside P2, and that is really the preferred line, is to use that outside line. So I think we're getting ready to go green here.
Green flag.
Here we go, back to green. Oh, man, you see that 19 got a little bit squirrely on that restart. 19 got a little squirrely on the restart, and Silva tucks in. These guys are going to get the laps under their belt here tonight. John Stanley at the wall there, making contact with the wall as they come by on the backstretch. Look at Dana Grover here in the 89. A little bit of damage for that 89 truck. See the 12 up on the outside walls. The 89 getting through. On board here with him. And somebody wanted to get around there. Get around Dana Grover. John Stanley really pushing it. As Sean Jacobs back there as well. Jacobs running in 10th position. Take a look at Sean Jacobs in 24. Just behind him is Craig Gallagher. Chris Harvey and Jack Furtado here battling it out. Jack Furtado racing that 7X on the outside line. Chris Harvey on the 2X on the inside line. Oh, man, that got a little close there. Got a little close there, and Chris Harvey pulling off that pass. KG veteran there, but Jack Furtado letting him have that spot. You can look at another KG veteran here. That is Claudio Bardelli Jr. Benno Silva is running in the 2nd position. Carter up to P3 in that 56 truck. in the third position. Better and better starts, better finishes there for him. Ritsky Novar joining us as well. Good to see Ritsky. Get out of the back of the Gordon Carter machine and see Jesus Iglesias running in P4. Run here for Jesus in the 22. And Palumbo running in the 5th position in that 54 truck. Just behind him is Tony Furtado. I think they're going to fight too hard here early on. Jack Furtado, they're trying to get that spot back from earlier. This 7X now running up onto the back of the 2X. 2X looks like he's coming down pit lane. So Chris Harvey coming down pit lane. Unscheduled pit stop there for the 2X. Right now in the 15th position. Wow. Very interesting decision there by the 2X truck. Take a look at the 63. Gelson Neto battling Craig Gallagher. Gelson Neto in the 63 makes that pass. Craig Gallagher now back to the 12th position as Gelson Neto moves up to P11. Remember, he had some, got caught up in that first incident, spun out, and probably some damage to that truck. Julio Caligari and Tony Furtado as well. Tony Furtado drifting up the track right there. Caligari gets by. Tony Furtado lost the front of that truck, went up into the outside, and Caligari slips through. 28. Julio Caligari making that pass. Now Tony Furtado's got a whole lot of Dana Grover in there as well. Furtado trying to fight back using this outside line on board here with Tony Furtado. Way up against the track here. Tony Furtado running in 9th. Or in 8th position, take that back. Sean Jacobs and John Stanley here battling it out. Sean Jacobs in the 24 on the inside. Oh, man, contact there between the 12 and the 24. Gelson Neto got a ringside seat for that one. Gelson Neto on board here as you see that Sean Jacobs picking up a spot there on John Stanley. Stanley in 10th. Jacobs moving up to the 9th position. Back to live here as Claudio Bardelli Jr. continuing to pace the field. Benno Silva is in 2nd. Gordon Carter 3rd. Jesus Iglesias 4th. And rounding out the top 5 is Ed Palumbo. Take a look at John Stanley in the 12 truck. Stanley Tool sponsor machine. Running in the 11th position. Just in front of him is Gelson Neto. Neto running in P10 in the Ford. So a couple Fords here duking it out. See up on this outside line, man. Got to really be up on that outside line to make some stuff work. Gelson Neto pacing the, or holding on to that spot in P10. Claudio Bardelli Jr. the leader in the 19. 28 laps in. Laps click off fast here under green, huh? That's what these guys figured out. Take a look at the 89. Diving down to the inside as Caligari gets in the outside line. Outside wall. Caligari's going to lose some spots as Dana Grover moves through. Julio Caligari. Like he had some trouble on that outside line. Whoa, Nelly. Let's take a look and see what happened here. Julio Caligari, the 28. Oh, way up the track there on the outside. The 9's going to get by. The 24 trying to slip by. Gelson Neto trying to get by as well, but Caligari having none of it. He's giving up too much spots. Oh, man, he gets punted. Off the track there. He holds on to it. Holy Toledo, did you see that? Gelson Neto. Let's take a look at that. Might have been some contact here. Right there. He wanted to go to the inside. He gets into Caligari. Caligari ready to put the fire out. Gets the thing straightened back up, but he's going to end up giving up that spot as we go back here to take a look at this pass by Gelson Neto. Worked him over, didn't he? Gelson Neto worked on the back end of that 28 truck, and he gets by. Caligari does not want to give up that spot, though. And Silverado wants to stay in that 10th position. Take a look at Bernard Silva here running in the second position. Take a look at that gap there between the two, about 6/10. And that's widened up a little bit. Get two cars out of the race, two trucks out of the race, and that is Harvey and Robillard both out of the race. Take a look at our P1, P2. About 6/10 separate the two of those guys. Sean Jacobs here in the 24 truck. Kubota sponsored Chevy. Tony Furtado in the Valvoline sponsored Chevy gets up the track. He gets into the wall. And he's made some contact there, scraping the outside wall way too high on that. He gets into marbles. And Sean Jacobs going to pick up a spot. Sean Jacobs now up to P7. It's Tony Furtado falling back to the 8th position. Right now, Claudio Bardelli Jr. has about a half a second lead. That gap has declined somewhat. We were looking at 6/10 there a couple laps ago. And Bernard Silva is starting to work on the back of Claudio Bardelli Jr. The lights are on. As we got some racing on. Dana Grover and Ed Palumbo here battling it out. Little Chevy versus Toyota action. Dana Grover in the 89 Tracks VR sponsor machine. And Ed Palumbo did not want to give up that spot easily. They're trying to slam the door there on Sean Jacobs and hold on to that spot. Dana Grover up to P5 as Ed Palumbo falling back to P6. Palumbo and Ed Palumbo's Cigars number 54 truck running in P6 as Sean Jacobs starting to work on the backside of that. Here Palumbo trying to flick some ashes off that cigar. Onto that 24. And this battle is heating up. Tony Furtado in this mix as well. 3 Chevys here duking it out. Good battle here, man. You really got to set up these passes at this track. A great battle here as we take a look at Ed Palumbo, Sean Jacobs, and Tony Furtado. On board here with Sean Jacobs looking ahead at Ed Palumbo. Bernard Silva now working his way through traffic as a 4X. But is Craig Gallagher up the track, and he is one lap down. So Craig Gallagher in the 4X truck running in the 13th position. One of our newer drivers here, so good to see him out tonight. Right now running in 13th. Jack Furtado just behind him in 14th. Couple new driver trucks. Sean Jacobs into 24, looking like he wants to get a little frisky here. Get around the cigar. And he does. Tony Furtado trying to sneak through. Oh, Furtado trying to sneak through. Gets into the outside wall. Holy smokes. Take a look here. Oh, right there. Furtado up on the outside wall. And Sean Jacobs up to P6, Palumbo 7th, Furtado 8th. Take a look at Gelson Neto here running in the 9th position. A little early trouble for him. A little early trouble for the 63, but he's trying to bounce back. He is running in the top 10, running in P9. Gelson Neto in the 63. Rounding out the top 10 is John Stanley in the 12 truck. Stanley Tools sponsor machine. Get some battling going on here. Oh, man! And Palumbo comes across the nose, it looks like, of the Valvoline sponsor machine. Gelson Neto tried to squeak through. It's some action happening here. Let's take a look here. And Palumbo got loose, comes across the nose of the 9. Keeps the car pointed in the right direction, the truck pointed in the right direction. Gelson Neto going to get through. Holy smokes. Furtado, let's take a look here. Right there, that contact. Furtado was able to survive that, but Gelson Neto sneaks up on the outside. Can't pull off the pass. Look at this battle here. Claudio Bardelli Jr. and Benner Silva having a slugfest right now for P1. Bardelli Jr. the leader. Benner Silva captured the race lead briefly. You take a look at that battle. Bardelli Jr. now working on those old tires as Benner Silva seeing if he can't abuse that 19 truck. So some great battling going on between these two boys. Take a look at Gordon Carter here in the 56, running in the 3rd position. Take a look at this pass here. Check this out. We're watching Gordon Carter, and look at this. Oh, Silva going to the outside. Why are we got cameras behind the crowd, bro? Oh, my God. He's got to work on the cameras in this track. And Claudio Bardelli Jr. holding on to that spot. My heavens, man. Caligari and Caligari going to gain a spot here. Ed Palumbo, I believe, came down pit lane, so Ed Palumbo has made a pit stop, or is making a pit stop here at Lucas Oil. It's in the dark, too. There's a dark pit stall, man. Turn on the lights, bro. Well, the 54 Palumbo Cigars sponsored machine is on pit lane. Looks like he's finished up his pit stop, driving out into the lights now. And Claudio Bardelli Jr., Benner Silva now approaching some lap traffic as we see Givaldo Spindola running in the 11th position just ahead as Ed Palumbo finishing up his pit stop. Got to be really careful, especially on these old tires here. You got some lap traffic you're dealing with. Ed Palumbo rejoining the racing surface after taking tires, and he is now in the 14th spot. Tony Furtado and Jack Furtado and Craig Gallagher battling it out. Furtado looking to pick up a spot. He's up to the 12th position as Gallagher falling back to P13. So Jack Furtado making a pass. Here's first race out here with us. Take a look at Givaldo Spindola here in the 68. He is the first truck one lap down. Don't forget to help me out by clicking on that SimLab link in the description of the race. I'm a SimLab affiliate. If you'd like to purchase something through SimLab, please use my link. I appreciate that. I have a SimLab race rig, and I love it, man. It's awesome. Take a look at the Givaldo Spindola. Sorry about that. And Palumbo here in the 54 truck after making pit stop. Now in the 13th position. Looks like Craig Gallagher is on pit lane, taking some service. Take a look at our race leader, and that is Claudio Bardelli Jr. He's been our silver running in the second position. 57 laps in. Craig Gallagher finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. Gelson Neto in the 63, down on that low line. Oh, man, Gelson Neto got a little squirrely there. Gelson Neto got a little squirrely in the 63. Wow. Held on to that. Great job there. Take a look at this battle here. Tony Furtado and Sean Jacobs. Furtado starting to show some muscle here late in this tire run. And the 9 getting around the 24, picking up the 6th position. Tony Furtado in the 9 truck, getting around the 24, Sean Jacobs. Go back to live here and take a look at Claudio Bardelli Jr. A lot of laps here, approaching halfway here pretty soon. Look at Jesus Iglesias. Haven't heard too much out of him tonight. He's had a quiet night, but he's running in the 4th position. Dana Grover just behind him. Good battle here between the 22 and the 89. A little Ford versus Toyota action. Grover running in P5. Another great run from Dana Grover here so far tonight. This Wildwood number 22 truck, another one of those masterpieces. This is, I believe, a Gordon Carter masterpiece. Good 22 truck. Good effort for him tonight. Running in the 4th position. Extending that gap there over Dana Grover. Looks like it's about 0.3 of a second. Take a look at John Stanley here running in the 9th position. Just behind him is Giulio Caligari. Both those guys have had a pretty eventful night. John Stanley running in that 12 truck. He is in the 9th spot. Good top 10 run here for John Stanley. Caligari looking to make it, putting him back to P10. It's Caligari down to the inside line, battling John Stanley. Chevy versus Ford action. Caligari trying to use that inside line to clear the 12. And not able to do it here, and he's diving down to the inside again. John Stanley holding on to that spot as Caligari backs off, holding on to the 10th position. Dana Grover and Jesus Iglesias, Tony Furtado. Oh, you can throw a blanket over those bad boys there. Oh, little rubbins racing there between the 89 and the 22. 89, little rubbins racing there, getting around the 22. And the 22 wants to try to get back around. Oh, Dana Grover getting loose. Dana Grover got loose, and that's going to give the 22 an opening here down on the inside. Can he reclaim that spot? Good battle here on lap 66. Iglesias drifting up the track, and Tony Furtado is going to get by. Holy smokes. And it ain't over. Tony Furtado trying to hold on to that spot. And wow, let's take a look at that pass right there. Iglesias got up the track. He tried to get by. Dana Grover couldn't and drifted up the track as he tried to hold on to it, and the 9 slips through. Wow. Take a look here on board with Furtado. See, oh man, he is sliding up the track, and Furtado getting through on the 22 truck. Holy smokes. Great battling there. There's John Stanley now. Giulio Caligari still battling it out. Oh, Stanley gets on the outside wall. Giulio Caligari gets by. Caligari gets by as we got some lap. Those guys are lap trucks now, essentially, as Gordon Carter trying to make his way through. Gordon Carter into 56, trying to slip through here. Holy smokes, man. With some great racing going on. Take a look here as Sean Jacobs in the 24. He's got, Iglesias down to the inside. Iglesias on the inside. Sean Jacobs using the outside line. And Sean Jacobs going to pull off that pass, and it looks like maybe Iglesias has come down pit lane. So Iglesias on pit lane as the racing was getting intense. So Jesus Iglesias making a pit stop. As we got some great racing going on. As Iglesias finishing up his pit stop. Now, the lap car of the 7X truck is going to let Bardelli Jr. in the 19 get by, and also Benor Silva is going to get through as well, as we see Iglesias finishing up his pit stop. Now back out in the 13th position here on lap 71. A little bit of different pit strategy out of some of these guys. We had one caution flag, actually two caution flags early, and have not had a caution flag since. Claudio Bardelli Jr., the leader. And he has got, breathing down his neck, just 4/10 back, Benor Silva. Look at this, Tony Furtado here continuing to make some spots here as he's down below the Dana Grover machine, the 89 Tracks VR sponsored Toyota. On the high line, they're trying to battle back as the Valvoline number 9. Tony Furtado picking up that spot. Furtado looking fast here. Late in this run, he is up to P4. This could be his night, man. A little far back right now. You never know. Still a lot of laps to go, just past halfway. Bardelli Jr., the leader, and he is in a lot of traffic. Silva still trying to get by as they get right by the 4X truck of Craig Gallagher. Now the 19 closing in on the 24. Try to put him a lap down. Gets harder and harder and harder the farther you move up the grid. Start getting those cars like Jacobs, who's running in P7, hard to pass. And the 19 does get by. Now Silva going to try his luck at getting by. Silva gets by. We hear from Sean Jacobs that he's going to be making a pit stop. So Sean Jacobs indicating he's going to be making a pit stop here. Going to be an interesting one. So 77 laps in, and you see the 24 coming down pit lane. Be really careful here, man. Do not want to speed coming down pit lane here. Claudio Bardelli Jr. continuing lead. Benor Silva 3/10 back in the second position. Jacobs on pit lane here on lap 78. Guys got a pretty good number of laps here on those tires. Jacobs now coming out, back out onto the track here, exiting pit lane. After taking service and showing in the 11th position. Time he gets up to speed, I think he'll hold on to P11 as Bardelli Jr. the leader. Jacobs now back to P11. A little bit different pit strategy out of some of these guys. Colombo running in the 8th position. Jacobs coming back down pit lane. Did he get caught speeding? Sean Jacobs may have gotten caught speeding. Oh, maybe changing those right side tires. What happened there? I don't know what happened with that, but wow, interesting deal there. He just take tires. Not sure what happened to Jacobs. Very interesting situation on that one. Take a look at Claudio Bardelli Jr. in traffic, and he's got Benor Silva up in his grill right now. Benor Silva and Claudio Bardelli Jr., as they try to weave their way through traffic, having a battle. Silva has to back off. John Stanley's made a pit stop, so he's got a little bit better tires, but these guys really trying to extend that run. And this could get a little dangerous too. With these guys on fresher tires going by like gangbusters, it could be detrimental to both parties here as these guys are trying to stretch it out. They could also get in a situation where they pit, get caught down a little bit, and then there'll be a yellow flag. On the other side of the coin, those guys that are going like gangbusters to get around these leaders may be burning up those tires. Look at Ed Palumbo here. He is running in the fifth position, it looks like, in the 54 truck. Closing in on Givaldo Spindola. Ed Palumbo tried to get by Givaldo. And we've got an interesting race here shaping up. Pit strategies, a couple cautions there at the beginning of the race. We've got a really, really interesting race brewing here. Gelson Neto has peeled off the track to come down pit lane. So he's making a pit stop. He had a tough break there. He is in the dark, man. Gelson Neto on pit lane and in the dark right now. Take a look at that side-by-side view, and Neto, somebody needs to give him a flashlight. Gelson Neto now finishing up his pit stop, coming back out on track. Holy smokes, that was dark. He is now in the 11th position. And I got to think the Bardelli Jr. and Silva are going to try to come down pit lane here before long. You see Gordon Carter getting around both those guys. Now Gordon Carter running in the 7th position, 2 laps down here on lap 88. Thank you so much for coming in and watching the stream, whether it be on live or on replay. Appreciate your support. Take a look at Gordon Carter running in the 6th position. Around the race leaders. One of those laps back. Caligari on pit lane. Take a look at Caligari behind the, there he is, the 28s. He is making a pit stop here on lap 89. Finishing up that pit stop with the 28 truck. A little bit of an eventful night there early on in the race, but things have quieted down for Julio Caligari. Coming back out, one of our great Brazilian drivers. Now coming back out and will be in 12th position, I believe. Gelson Neto closing in on Jesus Iglesias. This battle is for the 9th position. And the 63 getting by. And looks like Gelson Neto is going to continue that run up to the 8th position. Getting around Givaldo Spindle as well. Some of these guys are coming down pit lane, I believe. Benor Silva has, he's been there all night. He just has not really been able to to make that pass and hold on to that pass. But here he is running in the second position as these guys weave their way through some lap traffic. On board here with Ben Silva running in P2. Just ahead, Claudio Bardelli Jr., our leader, closing in on Ed Palumbo, who's running in the sixth position, one lap down. '22 of Jesus Iglesias diving down to the inside, getting around the 68. The 22 picking up a spot as Givaldo falling back to P9. Jesus Iglesias, call him barbecue, running in the ninth position. And here in that, these guys are going to be coming down pit lane here. Ben Silva and Claudio Bardelli Jr. both coming down pit lane. Going to be really careful here. So our race leaders on pit lane. Jesus Iglesias closing in on Jack Furtado. Furtado in a 7X truck, and his first race out with us, running in the ninth position. Top 10 run here for Jack Furtado. As Jesus Iglesias figuring that out. Jack Furtado is scraping that outside wall here on older tires. Silva shown as the race leader here, and I think by the time this is all shaped out here, Claudio Bardelli Jr. going to get off the pits. And, if he's going to get up to full song, he'll hold on to that, but looks like maybe Tony Furtado on the move here. So Tony Furtado gets stuck behind the 68 truck. Tony Furtado up to P2 here in the 9. A little bit different tire strategy, as I mentioned, by some of these guys. Furtado now in second. Ben Silva in third. Grover fourth. Carter running in P5 into 56. A good run here for him. Top 5 run, and we are, what are we at? 96 laps in. Scheduled to go 140. We got a little while to go. Take a look at Ben Silva now closing in on Tony Furtado. Silva on a little fresher tires than Furtado. Again, different pit strategies. Silva, fresh tires. Furtado, a little bit of used tires. And Silva going to try to get a 2-for-1 here and get by Jack Furtado. He does. So the Furtado brothers here racing it out. How about that? Oh, no! Tony Furtado trying to sneak in there. We're going to have a caution flag? I don't know. This guy's going to get it straightened out. Holy smokes, I think they got it straightened out. No caution flag, I don't think. And yes, there is a yellow flag. Holy Toledo. Caution flag here on lap 98. Let's take a look and see what happened here. The 4X minding his own business there, it looked like, and the 9 car gets into him. 9 truck gets into him, dives into that inside, and tried to get around. Forward here with him, and a contact there from behind as the 9 tried to dive in there and get that spot. See, Silva gets by here, and the 4X up on the outside line. The 9 coming in, drifting up. Getting in, he really threw that car or that truck into the corner. So on board here with Tony Furtado, and looked like maybe a little bit of coming down as well, but really trying to sling that truck in the inside. Take a look here. Take a look at a Jelson Neto's machine. I think. Thought we were going to. Wrong yellow car. Let's take a look out of Jack Furtado's machine right here. And you know, it looked like maybe Furtado got in pretty hard. But also looked like maybe 4X might have came down a little bit. the 19. So we got a caution flag, and we got some guys on pit lane. Looks like Gordon Carter, Dana Grover, Givaldo Spindler, John Stanley, all on pit lane. And some of these guys have elected to stay out. And that is the 19 and the 3 truck, Benner Silva. Those guys have elected to stay out. They're really, really worried about track position. But they just came off pit lane, so they're not really hurting on tires. Now this is where it gets a little dicey here, because you're going to bunch this field back up. Jack Furtado, the benefactor, I believe, of the lucky dog, now finds himself back in the 5th position. Getting some guys there that are maybe coming down pit lane. Not sure. It's a little mix of what's going on.
Green flag, go, go, go. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
We got a yellow flag again. So it looked like there was a little bit of a misalignment there, and we got a yellow flag. Cautions breed cautions, don't they? Let's see what happened here. Looks like some guys were maybe off the pace. And a yellow flag ensued. Sean Jacobs came down. It looked like he had some trouble. So caution flag there on the 24 broke loose. So a caution flag here on lap 105. When I said cautions breed cautions, huh? Bushwhacker Series will be back in action on Friday's 70-lap race, race number 6 of the season at Daytona. The front row is set. 2 Daytona Duels winners. There's the 4 car of Artur Vieta and the 83 of Franco Alvarez will start on the front row at Daytona, live right here on TurnLeft TV on February the 14th. All right, so Bardelli Jr., the leader, as Benner Silva in second, and we've seen this pretty much all night long because Silva, Bardelli, you know, they're going a little bit older tires than some of these other guys too. So we'll see how this shakes out. As we said, cautions breed cautions, right? We've had a huge long run, green flag run, had a caution flag, bunch things back up, and then we've had another quickie caution here. So hopefully these guys will get this settled out. We had 2 early cautions, big, long, like about 100 lap run almost. And now under our 4th caution flag. So bunching them together. Hopefully just the only 2 that we have here on the back half of this race. Don't forget the Saturday Night Thunder will also be at Daytona. Daytona Duels, Heath Johnson and Dana Grover won those 2 races. And they'll start on the front row for Daytona and the Saturday Night Thunder on February the 15th. These guys getting lined back up here. So it looked like Bardelli Jr. has chosen the outside line. The lights are out on the pace car here, so we're going to go green this time by.
Green flag, green flag.
And here we go. Back to green, and Bardelli Jr. gets a good jump there on the outside. Silva is in second.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Ah, boy, oh boy. Dana Grover's come around, I believe. So there was some contact there with Dana Grover, and he's come around. Looks like he's gotten that car pointed in the right direction. Let's take a look and see what happened here on this restart. 89, and then the 56 gets a little bit squirrely and gets into the 89 truck. Oh, Furtado gets caught up in that as well. So on the restart, it's tough because you're on older tire, or you're on those fresh tires, cold tires, I should say, and then the 56 gets into Furtado, or excuse me, in 89. The Furtado and Spindola also get caught up in that. Poor Givaldo had nowhere to go on that one. So a little bit of losing the back end of it right there. Givaldo trying to sneak through and gets caught in that. And it just looked like that maybe in that situation, Gordon just spun those tires and got those tires a little bit off the track a little bit. On board here with him. Oh yeah, he heard he shifted there and hit the wrong key. He shifted. I heard him shift. With a bad right there, and it, on that little bit of a rise coming off the corner, gets into the 89, and then those guys get caught up in that. John Stanley looks like he took a little damage on that as well. So we're going to go single file restart here. These guys had 3 caution flags here in a row. It looks like Carter and Furtado both on pit lane. Here on lap 112. So we're winding down the laps here. We had a big green flag run and a couple quickie cautions there in the first 10 laps or so, and then up to about lap 90 or maybe 95, all green. Now we've bunched a few cautions up here together here late in the race. Guys turning it up a little notch. Trying to get everything they can get here before the end. Take a look at the schedule here in the Bushwhacker, or excuse me, the Tough Truck Series. Next week we'll be at Daytona. Next weekend, Daytona, February the 19th in the Truck Series. 70-lap race in the Truck Series coming up next week. And then Texas, Vegas, a couple mile and a half, and then Bristol Motor Speedway, the famed track there at Bristol, to finish out the season. So we're on the back half tonight, working our way through the back half of that schedule. I think we're going to be going back green here real soon. Looks like Gordon Carter diving down pit lane to start at the end of the longest line. Emerson Sirkowski, Claudio Bardelli Jr. typing high in here, and he's on the road, man. is he texting?
Green flag, go,
Here we go, back to green. Silva wanted to see that side-by-side restart, really. As we're back to green here at Lucas Oil. Neto to the inside. He makes contact with the inside wall. Gelson Neto lost the back end of that truck and came across the track and made contact with the inside wall here on this restart. Watch this. Or breaks loose on him. Keeps the thing pointed in the right direction, slamming the inside wall.
Yellow.
And they got a yellow flag. Holy smokes, man. And it looks like Caligari might be off the pace. So Giulio Caligari. 28 truck on pit lane. Looks like maybe a spin here. Caligari drifted up, comes across the nose, looks like, of the 9 truck. Oh, and Caligari almost came over. So almost came over here. Let's take a look. Gets up the track, comes across. The 28 comes across the 9. And then, wow, almost gets shoved over on the side. And I don't think Furtado really could have done much anything different. He's up against the wall here, and 28 comes across. But that is a lot of change in a hurry, too. So, but you probably figured you already had him cleared and get up in the wall. Track is a work in progress, man. Tonight's race brought to you by EliteHostingUSA.com. If you are interested in an rFactor 2 server, there are 3 self-managed server packages for you to choose from. That is EliteHostingUSA.com. So it looks like Caligari's coming down pit road. Gelson Neto also on pit road as well. So Caligari and Neto both on pit road. Looks like Caligari's retired his machine. Not sure what happened there. Tim, that was some pretty significant damage there for Caligari. Tough break there for Caligari. Gelson Neto on pit lane. So tough break there for Giulio Caligari. Run all those laps, and then here on lap about 115 or so, involved in an accident. All right, we're getting ready to go back green here to start lap 122. So here we go. The pace car's off. Back to single file. These guys are behaving themselves here late in the race. And back to green. Bardelli Jr., he's liking this, man, because he gets a lot of laps led here under yellow. On board here with Bardelli Jr. Benner Silva right there in his zip code now. Benner Silva going to turn up the juice, I think, and try to get around Claudio. It's so hard to pass here. This thing is so tough on tires. Gallagher here, we haven't heard too much out of him. He's running in that 4X in the 12th position, 3 laps down. Picking up another spot there for the retirement of Caligari's machine. Craig Gallagher in the 4X, now up to the 12th spot. Gelson Neto here looking to make a pass on the 68 truck. The 63 to the inside. The 68 making a little contact with the outside wall. And Gelson Neto going to pull off that pass. Now sets his sights on the 56. Gordon Carter running in P6. Gelson Neto up to the 7th position. Gelson Neto, whoa! Gelson Neto might want to stay behind that 56 truck. Gelson Neto diving into the inside. 56 holding his ground on the outside line. Great battle there between the 56 and the 63. This battle is not over. Gelson Neto there trying to get by that 56 truck. Good battle there between the 56 and the 63. Gelson Neto pulling off that pass. Now sets his sights on Dana Grover. Gelson Neto, oh, into the back of that 89 car. That's 63 on the move. And the 89 truck trying to hold on board here with Dana Grover. And Gelson Neto getting by Dana Grover now in P6. Gelson Neto up to P5. Dana Grover now has to battle the 56 truck. A couple Canadians here duking it out. Gordon Carter now. Emerson says so. Go, Gordon. There you go. Logan Givaldo here running in the 8th spot. Good run here for Givaldo. Good top 10 for Pateria Cesario, sponsored Chevy. contact there for him. And I'll tell you what, Gelson Neto is on the move right now. He is closing in on Barbecue here. Gelson Neto battling Jesus Barbecue Iglesias, and he gets by. Slopping a little sauce on that barbecue sandwich. Gelson Neto up to P4. I'll tell you what, these guys better start worrying. Neto on the move. These guys start battling. Gelson, I think, is on a little fresher tires. These guys did not pit on those sequence of caution flags. So they're on a little bit older dials now, and I think Gelson's got some fresh tires. Ed Palumbo running into third position, and Gelson Neto just behind him. This Palumbo Cigars sponsor machines had a good night. Been a little bit of up and down, but now late in the race, where he wants to be, up front. On board here with him, with our great New York drivers. A bit of a gap there between he and P1, P2. Gelson Neto right there, ready to pounce. Jesus Iglesias there as well. Givaldo Spinola and Data Grover here battling. Givaldo, trying to get by. Givaldo got a little bit loose. Oh, man, almost some contact. Sean Jacobs has a ringside seat for that in the 24. And the 68 holding on to that spot. Grover gotten around, but now the 68 battling back by and holding on to that spot. Holy smokes. Good battle there. We got great battles here on the track. And I think Benor Silva is going to make a run for it. Silva running in P2. And it looks like Silva really wants to get around. Some great battling going on here on this track. Gelson Neto and Ed Palumbo here battling as well late in the race. Gelson Neto looking for the third position on the inside of Ed Palumbo. Gelson Neto using the inside and a little bit of muscle to get around the 54 car. Gelson Neto now in P3. Does he have enough time? Laps are running down. He's 3.5 seconds back. What he wants to see is that front crew getting racy. Nardelli Jr. the leader. Here on lap 136. Benor Silva is in second. Tony Furtado battling Dana Grover here. Picking up a spot. Tony Furtado to the inside. Furtado now working his way back up. He's in the 8th spot. Nardelli Jr. starting to run away a little bit from Benor Silva. Lap 137. Silva is in second. Oh, no! Late race caution flag. Holy Toledo. And Jesus Iglesias might be off the pace. Jesus Iglesias, I think, might be off the pace. Let's take a look where Jesus is at. He's lost some spots there because I think he's come around. Late race caution flag. Holy smokes. Let's take a look and see what happened. To Jesus. Take a look at here. Jesus diving down, and there's contact right there. Looked like Ed Palumbo came down across the front. Jesus. And contact there. Board here with Jesus, and man, contact there between the two of those guys. Take a look at this again. There's a 22 diving down to the inside. He's down on that line. There's a little bit of drifting up there too into the 54 truck. The more I look at that, back this up a little bit. Not exactly the way I want to do this, but to see the 54 hanging on there, trying to turn down a little bit too, and Iglesias gets up into the 54 and spins him. Right, the 22 spins on that. And Gordon Carter ends up hitting him. Gordon Carter sneaking through onto the front of Gordon Carter's machine. Gordon Carter might have clipped him. Right there, a little bit of this and that. On board here with Epalumbo. He's in that middle line and he gets hit, and Iglesias comes around. Back to live feed here. Take a look at Tony Furtado. Furtado running in the 7th position. These guys up front, I think they wanted to do this. They wanted to bunch it back up. So now they're going to do double file restart here for the green, white checker. Green, white checker here at Lucas Oil. So now the 19 is elected to take the inside line. That puts Benner Silva up on the outside line. And I think Benner Silva is really going to be the benefactor here. Yeah, it looks like Bardelli Jr. is elected to take the outside line. I thought he was going to take the inside. That leaves Benner Silva on the inside line here. So this is going to be an interesting restart. I think the outside line is definitely the preferred place to be. Silva maybe trying to figure out whether he can get a good jump here. They're back to green. Oh, a little bit of a squirrely there for Silva. Silva to the inside. Oh, Bardelli Jr. Bardelli Jr. coming around. Gelson Neto got around. Big chaos here at the end. Gelson Neto. So it looks like Gelson Neto might have been our leader. That was our green-white checker there, and Gelson Neto had gotten around. So Gelson Neto is going to be our winner, and man, Bardelli Jr. got loose. That truck came around, and Gelson Neto was where he needed to be, and gets the win. How about that? Gelson Neto here in the 63 gets the win. So congratulations to Gelson. Hopefully it gives us a little bit of a burnout here. We can't see the number on that car. That truck can't win. So congratulations to Gelson Neto. So congratulations to Gelson Neto on getting the win, and we'll see if we can't get the final results here. Holy Toledo, that got a little crazy there, huh? And we'll take a look at the final results. I think we'll get their final results. Session results, Gelson Neto gets the win. Giovanni Spinella finishes second, Ben Silva third. Tony Furtado finishes in the fourth position. Dana Grover finishes in fifth. Jesus Iglesias sixth. John Stanley finishes in the seventh position. Sean Jacobs finishes in eighth. Gordon Carter ninth. Ed Palumbo finishes in 10th. Finishing in 11th, Claudio Bardelli Jr. Craig Gallagher finishes in 12th. Julie Caligari 13th. Jack Furtado finishes in P14. Chris Harvey 15th, and Todd Roblard finishes in the 16th position. So congratulations to Gelson Neto on getting the win. Well, boys and girls, that's going to do it for me tonight. I got to get out of here and go to work tomorrow. Apologize for that. Thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on YouTube channel, here at TurnLeftTV. Hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and smash that bell. Thank you so much for coming in and joining me here on TurnLeftTV. We'll see you next time. I am outing here.